How's it going, everybody? It is I, your boy, Enigma Trash, back at it again with the one, the only. I first knew you as Jedd, and then it's Dan.
Coming back, long days, yeah.
Mr. Cactus boy.
Ooh, that was quick.
So you want to introduce yourself real quickly?
Hey, I'm Dan, originally known as Jedd or Wax Cactus Boy, or Dan from Ironstone was a big one. But yeah, just Dan at the moment.
So I usually start these off with a serious question, something to ponder on, and why can't I sleep?
Have you tried?
I try every fucking night. Why can't I sleep?
Close your eyes.
That's actually
Got him.
something. Possibly.
You're just
I
there
think
at night, just like... Shit.
in pitch black darkness. Fact. I think it's because I don't actually know how the fuck I know you. You just started popping up as this guy with the Ozzy Osbourne glasses at all these different fucking shows. And
That's a great question.
yeah, how the fuck do I know you? How do we know each other?
I remember when I met Tyler,
Yeah.
and that's, I think, the only one I remember. Did you play in Tyler's band that night?
What night?
The
'Cause
one
I played in many of Tyler
where-
bands.
The one where, who we just talking about?
Tyler.
Nandad.
Nandad?
But before Nandad, Jeffrey's
Jeffrey's
Cabbage.
Cabbage.
They played. They were like the headliner because they won the year before.
Oh, you're talking Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, sorry,
yes, actually,
Did you play in Tyler's band?
feel Majesty Complex.
I don't remember the name. I just knew it was Tyler's band.
You don't have internet. Hang on. I can pull up a clip. Josh from editing in post, pull up a clip of me and Majesty Complex.
I was like, bro, you got an editor? No, it's just you.
It's me. You were there.
I don't remember you, though.
Don't remember me?
I don't remember meeting you.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't either. It's just you started popping up at all these events, and Tyler knew you.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. And I don't think we ever had a proper introduction. I know there was a few years later when I forget if it was... No, it wasn't just me. It was the year after... I was there. I don't think I played. Tyler played. And it
'cause I
was
did, like,
the
2 or
guy
3 of
from
them.
Drinking with the Fly's dad brought you, me,
Oh.
and Bailey together for a hot second.
Glenn Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I actually met you.
I don't remember that, but I remember them.
Yeah.
I just don't remember you at all.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty forgettable. I mean, fact. But something that isn't forgettable is Music Man Bendigo.
Oh,
Bendigo
goodness,
Music
that's
Man, fucking
Yeah.
Music Man, fucking Mega
Music
Bar, whatever it was
Man.
called.
I just knew it was Music Man.
Yeah, I mean, there was like 3 different locations in its heyday, but Bendigo was always the main shebang.
Yeah.
And I remember I was playing, it was Josh Sadkowski and Friends, and I believe it was the second iteration of that. And I'm mid fucking song, and I'm out in the crowd, and I feel something touching my guitar, and I look down, and he's this blonde-headed motherfucker with a beer in hand, headbutting the strings of my guitar. And who else is it?
Was it me?
It was you, believe it or not.
I think I remember that. No, because you had a pink guitar, and you smashed a pink guitar,
The
and
Hannah
I kept
Montana
a piece
guitar?
of that. Yeah.
Have I got a little surprise for you? So not only did the Hannah Montana guitar smash that night, which you may or may not still have a piece of, but here, have a piece of the only part remaining from Music Man, the stage. Because I went in hours prior to the show, and I asked, was it Paul?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man,
Still
I
is,
want to smash a guitar. Where would be the best place? And he's like, right here, right on this part of the stage. 2 swings in, the stage breaks. And that's when I took everything outside.
Oh!
Because I'm like, I don't want to do any more damage.
Was this the bottom floor?
Yeah, the bottom floor.
Oh. This is sick. This is piece of history.
Yeah, we can have that. 'Cause
Wow.
I got,
Thank you.
I got plenty more where that came from.
Pulls out a whole stage.
Holy shit, that's part of the guitar.
Oh, I
Yeah.
need a bigger piece. So, nah.
What of the Hannah Montana guitar right there? Hell yeah.
Wow,
Fucking-
thanks for that. That's really sick.
So, other than me smashing guitar, not of me, but of yourself, what are some memorable moments from shows that you've played in the past? Because you've done Jedd,
Yeah.
you've done Wax Cactus,
Yeah.
you've done Ironstone, and am I missing anything when I say those three names, or is...
I did 2 gigs at Music Man under Dan Charlton.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
used his own name.
Yeah. It was their 2 last nights because like they were finishing up, and then Paul put up a thing on Facebook. It was like, anyone in Bendigo who just wants to play like half-hour sets, anyone just come. So I messaged him and I was like, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. And this was like this was like before Ironstone and after Jedd. I was just being Dan. And then yeah, so I messaged him and I was like, oh yeah, I'll play. He's like, do you fucking play? Like, because he only knew me as
Who the fuck are you?
Like from Wax Cactus. He didn't know I could do anything else. And then he's like, what, you're just gonna do fucking half-hour drum solo or some shit? I was like, Paul, I play other things. He's like, any good? I was like, sometimes. And
hearing me.
he's like, oh fuck, all right, well, I'll put you on pretty early because I don't really know what you're doing. And I was like, all right, sick. So I ended up pulling, I think it was like 30 people. And I think that was a lot of fucking people. And so I play, and Paul's in the back, and because he was like mixing, and I start playing. I had like the loop, and I was just doing Jedd shit. And I remember in the back, he's like, like halfway through the set, he comes up and he's like, "Damn, I didn't know you could do this." And I was like, "Oh, I can." And he's like, "No, do you want to come back tomorrow?" I was like, "Probably." He's like, "All right, I'll come back. We'll put you on like a later time though." And yeah, he was going around to everyone in the crowd being like, "Did you know Dan could do this?" And everyone was like, "Yeah, we did." And he's like, "Fuck." But yeah, that was funny.
See, I don't know if it was... Yeah, it was under Jedd, and it was Battle of the Bands, and the thing that I remember you most for, and this is what really cemented you as a performer for me, unfortunately, I know it's subjective, unfortunately it was an Ed Sheeran song, but the power went out mid-set.
Oh, I remember that.
You jumped off stage, got in the middle of the fucking crowd, you did not let the energy die. Everyone was singing while the power had completely gone out. There was no PA, nothing, and you fucking just kept it going. And that, I fucking applaud you.
Thank you.
That shit was tight.
You know what suck? 2 things that suck about that. First one is I was like, oh, I'll just get in the middle of the middle of the fucking crowd, and I'll play the song. And then I start playing the intro to it, and it was "Don't" by Ed Sheeran. And I'm playing the intro, and I'm like, I don't remember the lyrics. I don't know how it starts. How the fuck does it start? What the fuck? So I'm playing. I'm just looking at people like, shit. And then someone was like, someone mouthed the words to the start of it. I don't even know how it starts. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And then from that, it went on. Second thing that sucks, I didn't even win.
We can go into this
actually,
afterwards.
yeah,
we can go into
actually,
this
yeah,
afterwards because I don't want to be
Yeah.
publicly. But there
We've
was
had this
one
conversation,
person who was
actually.
winning that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
you know what you don't know, actually?
Ooh,
The
yeah.
person that did win, they went to like the next thing, and I ended up getting a call like months later, like 3 months later or some shit, probably maybe like 2. And from a random number, and it was someone from the Shepparton thing, music scene, was like, "Hey, you placed second in this Battle of the Bands a few months ago. The first place can't make the fucking next thing. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Oh shit, like where is it?" She was like, "Oh, King Lake or something." Look where it is. It's fucking hours away. And I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll do it." So me and a mate drive fucking hours and play the show. Basically did the exact same thing. Didn't win. I was like, "Why can't I win?"
Fucking
So yeah,
bullshit, man.
bullshit.
You need to be folk pop to win that shit.
Yeah.
So let's focus on Jedd for a bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure even when you first added me on Facebook, it was just Jedd. Like, you didn't have a last name or anything on there. And so I never knew who this enigma was, right? What is Jedd? What was the whole idea behind that? Like, because those are some pretty emphatic, is that the right word?
I don't know what that word
They're
means.
like, they're anthems. Those songs are anthems, and like they're huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I started. I don't know where Jedd came from. I just knew I didn't want to use Dan Charlton because I don't think Dan Charlton is like a cool name.
I don't know. I'd smash.
Smash Enigma trash. I don't know where it came from, and I was just like, all right, let's Jedd. I like just the one name thing, and started playing guitar and started playing love songs, and I was like, I need to. And then like Ed Sheeran was like a massive influence, obviously, and I thought the loop station was something no one else was doing, and then I got into the scene and then found out everyone's doing it, and I was like, fuck, I'm not special.
You're special in my eyes and ears.
Love you.
Fucking, so was it an actual, like, one of those 4 or 5 channel loop station things?
Yeah. 4.
4?
Yeah. I don't have it, but 4. So it was like just 4 things. If you pull up a Josh in post, pull up a, what was it, Boss loop station 4,000 or something, 3 or 4,000.
RC3.
Oh yeah, 300.
One of those?
Yeah, one of them ones. So then, it was only a 3. What was it for? Yeah. So then there was just like your start and stop and all that, and it was sick. I loved it. Still got it. Haven't played it in many years. Oh, actually, that's a lie as well.
Caught out. Hashtag cancel Jedd.
I'm going back. When I said I played 2 shows under Dan, I played 3. Ooh. And one of them, it was at an up and coming. It wasn't even up and coming. It was just a bar that got transferred into a wanted to make like a live music show, I guess, because Music Man was going down. This new one, it's called Entree Bar in Bendigo. Do you play an Entree Bar?
No, I don't think I ever did.
Oh. It was really sick. The sound was amazing, and I played there once. And the day I played there, the night I played there, when I was driving out to my brother's to pick up my gear, that was the day and the minute that I drove past Eddie from Ironstone.
We were going to get there eventually. So, but before we get there, we'll circle back to this. Because timeline-wise...
Yeah, timeline-wise.
Wax Cactus is in between
Jedd
and Ironstone.
Yeah.
So, because I remember you were like... You posted something, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Wax Cactus?
Yeah.
And you're like... Yeah, like fucking, it's all right. Drum in this band. I'm like, all right, I'll drive out to see it. So I drove out, and I
was that in Bendigo?
Yeah, that was Music Man. Yeah. But you only played once.
No, we didn't play. Oh, we played one show in Melbourne, but we only played at Music Man. But yeah,
and it was just I didn't expect it coming from fucking
it was different,
Africa to this like psychedelic. Stoner rock thing.
Yeah. That was
on drums.
Yeah, we met there was me, Fetz, and Liz, and we all met in TAFE because we were doing sound production in TAFE, 2017, and we decided to join a band or start a band, and it was all Fetz's writing, and then he got us in to play the instruments, and I loved it. I reckon it was absolutely sick. I just got fucking blind and just played drums. And there was one show I remember, and I got absolutely fucked sideways. Played the drums, and this is the second story of Music Man. It's the second we finished, I got up, ran downstairs, and then threw up in the bin out the front. And I was like, oh. And then I got taken home.
Because I remember seeing you, and I don't think you knew I was there yet, because end of set, you either threw out the sticks or sticks went flying.
Oh, yeah. I used to throw out sticks.
And fucking, I went to pick one up, and I just remember hearing, it's like, hey, can I actually get that back? And I turn around, and I got a hand, and he's like, actually, no, you can keep it. I still have that metallic guitar.
You still have it?
Oh, I still have it somewhere, yeah. It didn't get damaged in the flood.
Oh, good. Thank you.
But the bungalow's on its way back, so hopefully we can work on something.
Yeah, good.
Something
good.
special.
Yeah.
So, okay. And that kind of just fizzled out after
that.
a bit?
Yeah, so Fetz moved to Melbourne, and Liz and I stayed in Bendigo, and it was like, we can try and do something, try and work it out. And then, we just sort of lost connection. Yeah. But I actually ran into Fetz for the first time since 2017, New Year's this year. we were at a doof, and we walked past each other.
A doof.
And we walked past each other, and we're sort of just like, what are you doing here? We're like, what are you doing here? And then like, we ended up having a really good chat. But shout out Feds.
So, okay, now let's fast forward a bit. You were going to get this equipment.
Yeah, it
Set
was
the scene, tell the story.
I reckon it would have been like 3:30, maybe like 3:45 in the arvo. It was raining. It wasn't heavy rain, but it was raining, and I was driving out this back road to go to another suburb in Bendigo. And I usually always take the main road, but the main road was getting worked on. And I was like, fucking road works, like peak hour traffic. Like, I'm not doing that. I'll take a back road.
Yeah.
And as I'm driving down this road, I see Ed walking past. And I knew that they just lost their singer. And I was like, ooh. Hold on. I was like,
time to capitalize.
I was like, yeah, maybe I could see what's going on. And then I was like, nah, I can't pick up. He's like 16 or something. Like, I was like, I can't pick up a 16-year-old dude. And then also, even if I do ask him, he'd be like, hey, you want to lift home? And then he'd be like, no, stranger danger. And I was like, nah. So I just kept driving. And I was like, what something could have been. And then, 400 meters down the road, I'm like, nah, fuck it. Let's just go pick him up. And then, so I turn around, do a Yui, and it's raining. And I pull down the window, pull up. I was like, oh, do you need a lift, man? And he's like, no, thank you. I was like, oh, you're Ed from Ironstone? He's like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, I'm Dan. Like, I'm a big fan, and, thought I could give you a lift home. He's like, oh, actually, I will take that lift. I was like...
And that was the last we ever saw of him.
So, we made love that night, and, no.
Scratch that. Josh and Post cut it.
And, so we were driving, dropped him home. He just wasn't too far, around the corner, and he's like, oh, what do you do? I was like, I'm actually playing a show tonight. In Bendigo, if you want to come along. And then that was the night he was playing in another band. He was like filling in guitar, and he's like, oh dude, I'd love to, but I can't. And then ended up getting a message from him a few days later being like, oh, come round and we can talk. I was like, yeah, right. And then the rest is history, I guess.
See, I remember Ironstone because
was that pre-Dan or was that post-Dan?
Pre-Dan.
Pre-Dan, I remember.
Very pre-Dan. I think the singer they had lost when you had joined was maybe this is two singers before them.
Yeah. Was it a dude singer?
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot his name, but yeah.
So I was in Dirty Thrill, and we went and did Band Wars, which was on I think it's like the local broadcast channel here in Melbourne, and that was at Music Land. And I remember it was so polarizing to see these. At the time, I was the youngest in the band in Dirty Thrill, and being like
who else
just
is in
18. Dirty Thrill was Tyler,
of course,
Ethan Hutchins, who now lives in New Zealand.
Oh,
great bass player.
Oh.
And then Jared McKenzie on drums.
Don't remember any of them.
Well, that was that iteration of Dirty Thrill. Before then, there was a couple of lineup swaps. Anyway, we go up there, and I remember being upstairs while they were playing because I was also doing a photography project for Year 12. And these kids, and I mean literal kids, the youngest at the time, I think was, I want to say without over-exaggerating or under-exaggerating in this case, I want to say maybe like 10 or 9.
I was going to say, I think about 10.
And they're in full-blown like BDSM gear. Like they had all the chains and all that.
Do you know Void of Vision?
I've heard of them.
Oh.
I'm not super into the whole
BDSM?
metal scene now.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm trash, fucking.
Enigma trash, yeah.
Yeah, I am. No, I'm stuck in 2016 when it comes to my music taste. I'm so. Yeah.
Up the Sky High.
Fuck, that was a good film. And these kids. But the fucking instrumental side of things is you got a prepubescent singer, like trying to. And I'm pretty sure I was the first time because I remember seeing you guys your first show with Ironstone, and "Kill the Man" was the only song that I recognized. So I'm pretty sure this.
I forgot you came to that show. That was a bad show.
I loved it. I thought it was so good.
I didn't know any words.
But I'm pretty sure "Kill the Man" like. They must have had that for a bit, I reckon. Because
they've had that for a long time.
I recognize that. And, hearing these prepubescent kids, like, fucking instrumental-wise was fucking tight as shit. And you could tell that kid was gonna fucking, like, Eddie was gonna fucking, like, he's so talented.
Yeah. He's
But it was goofy. At the time, it was very goofy. I mean, it's the only way to describe it.
One was 10, but...
Yeah. You literal children, BDSM gear, heavy as fuck music. I mean, hey, power to them. Look what they've done. Look who they've done.
Yeah. Look who they've done.
Look who they've done. But yeah, no, fucking... And then I remember going to a guitar show like 3 years later, and there was this company had a booth, and it's just like, yeah, it's fucking Eddie from Ironstone's signature guitar. And like at the time, he's like, what, 16 now? And he's got like a signature guitar with this fucking... Holy shit.
I remember seeing that like before I started, and like before I joined the band, I was like, this kid's got a signature guitar.
Yeah.
I was like, far out.
It's wild. But then, I scrolling on Facebook one day, and it's like, yeah, look, fucking
there's
Dan.
me.
He's going to be our lead singer now. I'm like, holy shit. After the 7 fucking singles, and each one of them has a different singer, like fucking, all right, let's see how this goes. Hopefully.
Then I come along and...
Fucking, was it EP and an album or 2 EPs?
2 EPs.
2 EPs.
2 EPs.
Which I still think Kill the Man is the fucking be all and end all. I love that song.
It's pretty hard, isn't it?
I fucking love that song.
I loved playing it live. Like, it always went off live. Like, we always played it like towards the end because we just knew people just fucking loved it.
So good.
And it's just heavy. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
So, be it Jedd, we've already spoken about Wax Cactus or Ironstone. Writing and recording. What's the process? What's the...
They were all different.
They were all different?
Jedd was... I would write everything just in my room at night because I was, like 16.
Josh in post, can we get a picture of the room from when he was 16? Thanks.
I was like, wait, what? So yeah, in the room, and then there was a dude in Yarra that I grew up with. Oh, not grew up with, but like I knew him through youth group, and he ended up doing like a really good sound production course at Collards.
Oh.
So I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, dude, I've got like 12 tracks. Want to do like a dual EP thing?"
Okay. Because it's always been a question because you've got the left and the right, and it's the sunglasses. Was that always the concept?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It always was. Because I always wanted to... I'd never liked looking at people and people seeing my eyes on stage. I always just felt I was just so uncomfortable. So I was like, I'll just wear glasses and then hopefully they can't see my eyes.
Yeah.
I didn't know they could see my eyes anyway. But it made me feel better. And so yeah, it was always I was just going to have the 2 EPs and then just split them, and then that would look cool on iTunes.
It fucking does.
It looked alright. And then I did same thing with so both them EPs or 4 EPs. But when I uploaded left and right after like Africa and Not That Far, one uploaded because they were the exact same photo, just like mirror image.
Yeah.
And one uploaded fine, but the other one didn't. And I ended up getting an email being like, hey, EP didn't upload because you can't show sexual images. And I was like, what are you talking about? It thought it was a tit. I was like, you've already got one.
That's a really big
why not this one? So then I had to like put in a thing being like, hey,
look at the other one.
It's not what you think it is. And then they were like, all right, we gotcha. So they put it up. So I had to I was like, it comes out tomorrow, everything like, yeah, really cool. Listen to it. And then the day of like, it came out, I was like, all right, you've got one, but the other one will be up like next week. Everyone was like, what the fuck? So everyone was like messaging me like, oh, what happened? And I was like, yeah, I thought it was sexual images. And I was like,
which side was it, left or right though?
I think it was left. No, it was right because I was stressed that left would be uploaded first and then right would be uploaded after. So it'd be opposite. And I was like, shit, like this can't be happening. Because then I have to like, what's the opposite of upload?
Delete.
Oh, yeah. I was like, it's not download. I have to delete it and then re-upload it. And then it'll probably think it's another sexual image. And I was like, oh no. It was a very stressful time in 18-year-old Dan. And then Wax Cactus was different because we did it through TAFE. We just ended up playing like with the sound production. We just set up everything and then just played it one like all the way through, and that was it. And then we just had to edit it, and that was our project. And I was like, yeah, sick. And then Ironstone was different. That was all mostly Ed and I were just writing, and then we'd throw it over to Jack, and he would add his little producer things in, and then we would all home record it, like, because we'll just do all MIDI drums, and then Ed would just go straight into the computer, and then we built a vocal booth. Well, we didn't, like, Ed's dad Mick did, and it was bloody good. It was a great vocal booth, and then did that and sent it off to a dude in Melbourne called Chris the Malco, and he mixed it and made it sound
huge,
bloody perfect. We were really happy with that.
Yeah, they're insane.
Yeah,
I love those two EPs. Except Kill the Man, it's obviously the standout track for me.
What was your favourite track on Place I Cannot Find?
Don't remember the names. Hang on, let me bring it up. Josh in post, bring up Place I Cannot Find. Who Scares Who?
I was hoping you'd say that because that song's fat.
Fucking look, you've caught me a little off guard because obviously Kill the Man's the one that's in the daily playlist.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing else really is except fucking. I do remember listening, and there was one that did stand out, and I'm pretty sure it's Who Scares
That was with
Who.
a really nice bridge. Really like falsetto.
Josh
bridgey.
in post, edit this out. I'm gonna quickly listen to it again.
1 minute later.
It's fucking empathetic. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it.
That song we wrote just as we were finishing up recording Prophecy.
Yeah.
So it was a big thing of like, do we finish writing this song to put it on Prophecy, or do we just keep it for the next one? And then we were like, all right, we'll just keep it for the next one, keep it for the next one. So we've been playing Who Scares Who for like, well, we were playing Who Scares Who for like 2.5 years before it ever came out. And after like almost every gig, they'd be like, what's that song? You always play it, but it's not out. And we were like, yeah,
Don't worry about
it's coming out soon. Big things coming.
Big things coming. We're doing a 3-show tour, and then fucking look. I'm really bad at keeping up with things. I do remember listening to it all through once. I'm pretty sure that was the standout track.
Yeah.
But something about I look. My dick gets fucking diamonds over Who Killed the Man. That's the be all end all for me. Fuck you. So, but so
do you reckon it's because you've known that song for so long? Because you like, did you remember them playing it when they were Musicland?
It's not even that. I think it's yes and no. It was maybe hearing you play it, like you, when I did go see you at Workers Club, was it?
Evelyn. The Evelyn.
The Evelyn?
Yeah.
Wherever I saw you fucking play, I remember I got a parking ticket that night.
Oh, stitched up.
But fucking, and it was like, I recognized the song. I couldn't remember it exactly because I got terrible fucking memory, terrible object permanence. And I don't know, it felt special. Maybe it's just I know this song. Holy shit, I know that man singing the song. I fucking love this. But then hearing it come out on the EP, and it just, that was like me and Alana, like we both were like, this is the standout track of this. And it is the be all end all when it comes to Ironstone for us.
Wow.
You did good.
Thanks, love.
You mentioned youth group.
Yeah, in Yarra.
So you religious, man?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Somewhat. To an extent.
Cool. Because something that I haven't touched on, always wanted to touch on.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I got a little smiley face on my hand, just to attempt to try and not be as negative.
Does it work?
There was definitely a few cases where I got so angry, got in the car, went for a drive, and as I'm driving, it's like, and just laughed how dumb it is. So it has worked. It has calmed me down in a few cases. Something I've always wanted to touch on, because it's such a fascinating thing in my mind. Have you ever seen The Midnight Gospel?
Nope.
It's on Netflix. Would recommend it. And I think it's kind of what inspired... When that first came out, I remember I binged the whole thing in one sitting, and I couldn't sleep for like 2 hours afterwards. Maybe that's why I can't sleep.
I was going to say, try closing your eyes.
And a lot of the episodes had to do with death and the afterlife and stuff like that. So you say you're a little bit religious. You've gone to a youth group. What would you class your religion as?
I believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Jesus or God or something, but I believe that everything's meant to be as it will be, I guess. As stupid as that sounds.
Oh.
Yeah, I think helps me sleep at night sometimes.
Maybe that's why I can't sleep.
Yeah.
So, afterlife-wise, like, do you think there is a heaven? There isn't a heaven? Do you have?
I hope so, because I don't just want to. I think about it probably a bit too often. That I hope that when you die, it's just not just blackness.
Yeah.
Because like that'd be pretty shit.
Yeah.
Imagine just like, and then you open your eyes and it's just black. You just like.
But maybe then I could sleep.
Do you sleep when you're dead?
I don't fucking.
I'll phone a friend.
See, I asked this because the idea of religion and afterlife, it's very fascinating because I think it all stems from the same place. Different names for the exact same thing. It was slightly different beliefs and stuff, but like, you know, you do these things and you live your life by certain codes, and then you may or may not be granted some sort of access to a paradise, an afterlife, or I believe is it Buddhism or something, where they believe every soul is getting, like, we're all part of this net, and then, you know, we all get our little turn in, and then we sub out once we're done, kind of a thing. And it's like, it's really fascinating. I love to learn about different views. Yeah. Me, myself, I'm agnostic, right? It could be, that couldn't be, I don't know. I'm just here smoking weed, having fun, right? I'm here to fuck bitches and try to play music. Right? Whatever happens, happens. If I'm in control, say la vie. Fucking.
Yeah. I don't believe in that you need to be good in this life to be better in the next. Because I feel like if you just live your life the way you want it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that was a big thing when like I was in youth group. And I was big into I was like preaching and shit in youth group. I was big there.
I never went that hard, but I have a pretty religious family, so I went to youth group every now and then. Yeah. And I enjoyed it.
I didn't know what youth group was because I was in a band in high school, and the drummer shared a thing on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, like people come to youth group," and I just thought it was just a bunch of kids like playing soccer and just having fun. And I remember the first time I went, it was at the Mull swimming pool, sort of like where the lake thing is, and we were having fun in the pool, like throwing balls, soccer and barbecue and all that, and out of nowhere, like half the people bring out Bibles and just start praying, and these ones, and I was like, and I started going into like different verses and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Holy shit, they're spitting bars, homie.
And then it all finished, and then everyone just went home. And I remember seeing him at school the next week, and I was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, holy shit, what was that? He's like, dude, youth group. I was like, do you guys not just play soccer? And he's like, no, it's like a religious group. And I was like, I didn't fucking know that. And then
I got scammed in the best way possible.
I was so confused. I reckon that was probably like that weekend, because it was always on like Friday nights. That weekend I was just like,
that was a turning point in your life.
Like,
you just didn't know how to perceive
and then,
things anymore.
Yeah, so I kept going back because it was fun, and then I just got more and more into the religious side of it, and then started bloody preaching on Sundays, and then stopped.
Then you became a fucking metal singer.
And then now I fucking worship the devil. But yeah, good times.
So you're preaching, you're religious, cool, whatever. But I know a lot of people in times of troubles turn to religion, especially to deal with stuff. I know I've had a troubled past, but have you suffered with mental illness in that sense? And has religion helped you? Has it not?
Yeah, it did. Yeah? Especially like probably when I was like 16 to 18, and even probably a little bit after that. I do every now and then. I'll turn to it because I'm fucking spiraling quite a bit, and hope that it helps. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Then
I just get Karen haircuts and colour my hair.
Sky high. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, and I think it's and once again, if it helps me sleep at night, then I'm pretty happy doing that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I used to get teased a lot for it. But I was like, fuck. Doesn't matter.
Fuck kids, kick them in the shins.
Nah, adults.
Fuck adults, kick them in the shins. All right. I think that's enough super serious, like, power to you, respect, like, fucking each to their own. I love hearing that stuff. I like hearing what people believe because, again, I said it's fascinating to me. Like, me, I exist. I try to exist as best as I possibly can. And those who turn to a higher power and, want to learn about stuff, it's like, fucking, that's awesome. I'd like to learn about it. Personally, I'm just going to keep existing. But I want to learn more about different religions. Yeah. I'm not like looking for one. I just want to know what you believe and why you believe it. And it's cool.
I'm very 50-50 because like, a lot of people have asked me that. Like, especially when I was wearing a cross for a while. And they were like, "Oh, you religious?" And I was like, "Oh, yes and no. Like, I believe in something, but I don't like."
So, I've run into you at a fair few fucking shows throughout the years.
Yeah.
I think the last one. No, I was thinking the one before it. The last one. Josh in post, can we pull up the clip of me and Dan hugging at the Rod Laver Arena at My Chemical Romance?
Yeah. Which one were you thinking about before that?
I was thinking about Black Veil Brides.
Oh, yeah. You went to both shows.
I did go to both shows.
Yeah.
And I went home and got COVID.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah. And you messaged me being like, "Oh, I got COVID. Check." And I checked and I was like, "Nah."
It's bullshit. Now, the band that opened for them, The Last Martyr.
Yeah.
You are
Shout out Last Martyr.
You are friends with the guitarist?
Yeah. Whole band? So, friends with the whole band. And we played, what was it? Because Monica, the singer, does like, sort of like, not really band coaching, but she helps bands with writing stuff for like publicity sort of.
I was gonna say because every like fucking other day I see something on TikTok from The Last Martyr and it's just like, oh, it's actually somewhat entertaining. I fuck with it.
Yeah, she's a really good content creator, and so she knew Ironstone from through that because like we reached out and she helped us a lot, and then I kept running into Ben a fair bit, like the guitarist, and we became good friends, and then through Ben and Mon met Vin and Ricky, and really good friends now, and they keep getting absolute killer fucking shows.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, killing it.
I was gonna ask what are some bands? Maybe The Last Martyr's one of them. I definitely put them on a list to look out for. What are some bands that you think are gonna fucking really blow up very soon? Some smaller, maybe they're already blowing up. What are some bands to keep on the radar? Because as I told you, I'm stuck in 2016. My finger is not on the pulse. I feel like yours might be a little bit more on the pulse than I.
I was actually having a conversation similar to this yesterday with a dude from work, and we were talking about. Do you know Make Them Suffer?
Again, I've heard of.
We were talking about how whatever they do next with now they've got Alex in Alex Reed. You don't know Alex.
I don't know Alex.
Whatever they do next with Alex is gonna skyrocket them. They're already huge, but I think it's just gonna put them into just another stratosphere. But I think everyone else knows that. But who else to look for? Last Martyr's definitely one. They just don't stop. They just don't stop.
Again, finger not on the pulse, but the last thing I heard that they released was Sugar.
No, they just released Comedy Tragedy.
Well, last thing I heard that they released was Sugar, and that I remember hearing that live at Black Veil Brides twice.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I cannot wait for this to fucking come out. I need this. It is on my daily.
I remember the first time I heard it, did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where I heard it first, but I went up to them and I was like, I need that song now.
Yeah.
Like now, and they're like, it's coming out soon, and I was like, fuck. And then it came out. I played it on repeat. It was such a good song.
So fucking hard.
Yeah. Last Martyr. Who else? North Road. Actually, you need to.
I've heard of Lane Road.
Yeah, North Road. They're absolutely. They're some of the best mates in the scene, and they're doing something, and they're going to go off. I'll come to it. I'll keep thinking.
Fair. I mean, all right, well, should we be looking out for something possibly in the future from Preacher Dan over here, maybe?
Musically?
Yeah, possibly?
Yeah.
Is there anything in the works? Any thoughts of anything's in the works?
Oh, there's more than thoughts.
Ooh.
But, yeah. Just,
Jedd come back?
Yeah, Jedd come back. Jedd's taken over the world.
Don't fuck with me. Is there a Jedd comeback?
No, it's no Jedd comeback.
This is bullshit!
No Jedd comeback. Better than Jedd.
Better than Jedd?
Yeah, it's Jedd. No, I was trying to make a joke.
Did Jedd.
Oh,
Jedd.
It's just Jedd, but with just two J's.
See, I would have put it as DJEDD.
Fuck, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Now we're cooking with butane gas. Listen to the same Triple J Hottest 100 2004.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry.
Went over my head. Yeah, something's in the works.
I feel like off the top of my head, that's everything that I've gotten written down. Is there anything? I don't fucking know. Look, this has been the Junkyard Podcast. As always, this has no direction, no quality control. Last time there was 3 different mics. Now we got 257s. This has been Dan, the Preacher Man, the Wax Cactus from Ironstone, Jedd Charlton.
Thank you.
You want to shout out any fucking socials or anything?
I don't have any socials at the moment, so just see me at a gig, hit me up.
I've been Enigma Trash. You've been absolutely wonderful. And Josh in post, Enigma Trash in post, pull up a clip of Jesus himself.